This is Voice of Korea.
You're listening to VRK Voice of Korea News Now.
The respected comrade Kim Jong-un received a floral basket and a letter of thanks from Jindal Safarini, president of the Jindal Children's Foundation, on the 28th, on the occasion of the 10th anniversary of the establishment of the foundation. Mosaic murals of the great leaders Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il were erected at the Pyeongseong Artificial Leather Factory and the Ryongsan coal mine under the Dukjang Area Coal Mining Complex, and in Namchil-ri of Anju City, Iap-ri of Jungsan County, Sampa-ri of Sinyang County, and Ryangyo-ri of Pyeongwon County in South Pyongan Province. The respected comrade Kim Jong-un sent a spread to Ri Dong-suk, living in Bonghwa-ri, Gangdong County of Pyongyang City, on the occasion of a centenary birthday. Kim Deok-kun, member of the Presidium of the Political Bureau of the Central Committee of the Workers' Party of Korea and Vice President of the State Affairs Commission and Premier of the Cabinet of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, made a field survey of different sectors of the national economy. At the Pukchang Thermal Power Complex, he encouraged the workers who are making innovative successes in the struggle for increased electric power production. He also stressed that the officials should organize and command the production more exactly and give definite precedence to science and technology, and thus attain the goal of electric power production outlined in the decision of the 5th plenary meeting of the 8th Party Central Committee without fail. Making a field survey of the Seungni Motor Complex, he underlined the need to actively introduce successes of latest science and technology to produce a larger quantity of highly efficient motors and powerfully speed up its remodeling. At a number of coal mines in the Suncheon and Dokcheon areas of South Pyongan Province, he touched on increasing the production to fully supply coal badly needed for all sectors of the national economy, and on actively helping the coal mines at the units concerned. The consultative meetings held on the spot discussed the issue for the officials to display the spirit of unconditional implementation of the policy tasks of the party and the state for this year, and the issue on doing quality control with responsibility and giving priority to the supply of raw and other materials. Earlier, Kim Deok-kun went round the Songgum stock farm in Pyongyang City and underscored the need to introduce good breed animals, supply feed in time, and breed them in a scientific manner. He also acquainted himself with the reconstruction of the arboretum of the Central Botanical Garden and took relevant measures. People were rehoused in the region damaged by tidal waves in Sinhaedong Rajin District, Rason City of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Multi-story houses for 120 households, fully equipped with all the living conditions and environment, and the Sinhaedong Hospital have been built on the scenic seashore, and thus the local people came to enjoy a happy life in the new modern houses. A meeting was held on the spot on the 27th. Present there was Shin Young-chol, Chief Secretary of the Rason City Committee of the Workers' Party of Korea, officials concerned, builders, and those inhabitants who will move into new houses. Shin Chang-il, chairman of the Rason City People's Committee, made a congratulatory speech, and the permits for use of dwelling houses were conveyed to the inhabitants amid warm applause of the participants. Then people moved into new houses dancing merrily. Officials congratulated the owners of new houses. The Academy of Sports Science has made over 90 valuable research findings conducive to developing the professional sports techniques this year. The Sports Science Institute has developed a new support system for evaluating the ability in different events, providing a guarantee for correctly evaluating the physical and technical ability of players and steering the training in a scientific way. The Sports Nutrition Research Institute completed valuable research projects, including the method of giving nutrition to those heavyweight game and marathon players according to their burdens of training at every stage. the Sports Goods Research Institute has designed and manufactured a physical training apparatus and others, which are effective for raising the ability of keeping the body balance according to its actual conditions, increasing the zeal of players for training. It is a nationwide and all-people work to actively protect the national heritages in the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Thanks to the efforts of the officials and people across the country, tangible and intangible heritages and natural legacies continue to be unearthed and collected, and historic relics and remains, beauty spots and natural monuments protected and managed.
And that's the end of the news.
Like those in the Cholima era. In the middle of the last century, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea had a period when a miraculous leap forward was made in socialist construction. The period was recorded as the Cholima era in history. Cholima means a horse galloping 400 kilometers a day. It symbolized fast running. The economic situation of the country was very difficult at that time because it was right after the end of the 3-year-long war against the US imperialists. Everything was in short supply and not available. But the Korean people conducted the Cholima movement in firm unity around the party and the leader and could carry out the historic task of socialist industrialization in 14 years' time. The Cholima era, shining with miracles and feats, was based on the noble spirit of collectivism. It was the traditional spirit created by the people in the Cholima era that the strength of the harmonious collective, united with will and affection, is tremendous and it can bring about all miracles. Here is Dr. Han Kyung-rim, researcher of the Academy of Social Sciences.
그때 촐리마 세대의 사람들이 들었던 구호가 하나는 전체를 위하여, 전체는 하나를
People in the Cholima era advocated the slogan, one for all and all for one. All of them lived in difficult conditions, but they always thought of the interests and development of the whole, regarding the pain of comrades as their own, and sincerely helping and leading one another forward. The whole was the society and the collective where they live. They devoted themselves to the society and the collective. They were convinced that to look after others' interests and help other units precisely means doing more work for the country, and when all live and work like that, the country is able to rise from the ashes and develop. In those days, many stories about the beautiful human relations came into being. People dedicated their blood and flesh and even lives to their comrades without hesitation and became parents of orphans and sons and daughters of old persons without children. The Cholima era was beautiful with the devotion and sacrifice for others, which wrought the world-startling miracles and laid a foundation for a powerful socialist country. It is a firm will of the Korean people to make this country more powerful and prosperous by carrying forward the great spirit. With the might of collectivism, the Korean people are accelerating the socialist construction despite the protracted tenacious isolation and suffocation moves of the hostile forces, and have overcome the sudden public health crisis caused by the malignant pandemic sweeping the world. They are displaying the collective spirit more fully while helping and leading one another forward and sharing will and woe under the slogan, one for all and all for one. Efforts of Korea to build an educational power. It is a goal of education of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea to train the school youth and children as reliable pillars of building a powerful socialist country and build an educational power and talented nation by making all people well-versed in science and technology. To this end, Korea pays deep attention to training reserve educators and steadily improves the conditions, environment, contents, and methods of education. It also expands the national SciTech dissemination network centered on the SciTech complex day by day and further perfects the educational system for all working people to learn while they are working. State investment in education increases, and social ethos of attaching importance to education grows with each passing day. Great efforts are directed to strengthening the ranks of teachers in particular. The Pyongyang Teachers Training College is a typical example. The college is preparing the students to give the kindergarten or primary school children lacking in cognitive power but full of curiosity an education accompanied by various experiences and practices. The college introduced education prediction technology so that the students can give lectures in a scientific manner with the main stress on their independent thinking. It is actively applying different methods to education, such as teaching in virtual and actual circumstances, judging if the students have come up to the standard of a teacher, and giving lessons in the classroom built for combining school education with home education. The respected Supreme Leader Kim Jong-un visited the Pyongyang Teachers Training College in January 107 or 2018. Saying that the ranks of teachers should be built up well in order to build a talented nation and educational power, he stressed the need to decisively improve the quality of education at the teacher training institutions so as to train a lot of able teachers. Only when teacher training institutions are built well and strengthened is it possible to train competent teachers badly needed for bringing up talents, he said, and added that the shortcut to building a talented nation and educational power lies in building up the teacher training institutions well and strengthening normal education. Today, Korea is charging vigorously to build an educational power and talented nation.
A meal benefits from online university. Today, all the Korean people are enrolled in the study while you work system and are firmly preparing themselves as those in direct charge of the development of science and technology. The respected Supreme Leader Kim Jong-un visited the Pyongyang Kim Jong-suk Silk Mill in June 105 or 2016. He went around different places of the mill to learn in detail about its production and business activities. He expressed satisfaction to learn that the mill had removed the old facilities and invented, introduced, manufactured, and installed modern and high-speed ones to improve the working conditions of the employees and increase the productivity and the quality of the products. He also highly appreciated that the mill has built a number of new production processes and normalized production, making an active contribution to solving the clothing issue of the people. When he dropped in at the SciTech learning space, he was very pleased to hear the officials saying that the employees of the mill have made a lot of technical innovations and thus made a positive contribution to putting the production and business activities on a modern IT and scientific basis. He said the mill is directing great efforts to training technical personnel and he really likes it. Kang Guk-chol, Deputy Chief Engineer of the Pyongyang Kim Jong-suk Silk Mill says,
이날 경영하는 최고령 용도자동직에서는 원격 교육대학을 졸업한 정업원들이 자동조사기 조종 프로그램을 개발하는 사업에 참가하였다는 것을 들으시고는 먼 기뻐하셨습니다.
That day, the respected Supreme Leader Kim Jong-un was very pleased to hear that the employees who finished the course of the online university took part in developing the control program of an automatic silk spinning machine. He said, "Here I see the superiority of the online university. The Pyongyang Kim Jong-suk Silk Mill has greatly benefited from the online university." That day, Kim Jong-un said, It shows the validity of the party policy on making all people well-versed in science and technology. When the work is actively done to make all people well-versed in science and technology, and the study while you work system widely run in the future, great benefits will be given to the overall industry in 10 years, he added. Bearing in mind that the shortcut to increased production lies in giving priority to science and technology, the employees of the mill are acquiring new science and technology and dynamically conducting a technical innovation movement to actively introduce them into production.
Dear listeners, with this, we conclude the English language service of Voice of Korea from the Democratic People's Republic of Korea.